Hello everyone, this is Jack. Well, in this video I'm going to cover the best way to collect rainwater and then utilize rainwater. So it's not just about collecting rainwater, it's also properly utilizing rainwater too. So I got my water tank here that I'm setting up to collect my rainwater, and then I'll be utilizing rainwater from this water tank. I'll show you how I'm doing so. Now before you begin, you must consider a few factors involving in collecting rainwater. The very first factor is the type of roof. Now I have cedar shake roof, which is a wood roof. It does grow moss and deposit quite a bit of organic matter. And my water gets really dirty by the time it comes down into the gutters. So that's also a factor. If you have metal roofs or shingles, the water might be cleaner. However, from the shingles, a little bit of the black stuff keep breaking off as well, which can get into your water supply as well. So knowing the type of roof and the quality of water that you're going to get from that source is very important. Second, using a screen on your gutters to get rid of the leaves and debris from the water so you can get clean water. And the best way to do that is to put the screen on your gutters, and when the water comes down the gutters, you put another screen before it gets to your tank. This way you can get as much clean water as possible. Now the third factor is the first flush. So when it rains first, flush out the water for about 5 to 10 minutes and then start collecting rainwater in your tank. That way all the debris, impurities and dirt will be washed out and will not go into your tank. Now another thing you need to implement is the overflow. So when the water tank fills up, the water has a way to go out. Now you can collect multiple tanks using an overflow, put the overflow into another tank, and when that fills up, put it in another tank, and you can have multiple tanks set up that way as well. So I'm simply collecting water that falls into my roof and then goes through a screen on my gutters and then goes into the rain gutters, goes through another screen and then collects into the tank. And that is how I'm filling up my tank with rainwater, which is the simplest and the easiest way to do so. Now, how do you utilize this water? Now, if your drip system's configured with your garden, it can be challenging to use this water with your drip system because this water is not pressurized. It's just gravity fed and it's very low pressure. Now, in order to build pressure, I use a Vevor pump. It's a diaphragm pump that only kicks in if the water is flowing through the system. Now my tank has a 2-inch outlet, so I use an adapter to go from 2 inches to 3/4 of an inch. I have a 3/4 of an inch valve which I can turn off or turn on. Next, I'm using a 3/4 of an inch hose and I'm attaching one end of the hose to my valve. So this is the Vevor diaphragm pump that I am using. Now I'm going to configure the 3/4 of an inch pipe coming in from my tank right into the pump. Make sure the connection is tight, and also make sure that the level of this pump is lower than the level of the outlet from the tank. That's because there's constantly needs to be water coming into the inlet of the pump for the pump to work. Next, I'm using this 1/2 inch valve on the outlet side of the pump. And I'm configuring that in. Well, there you go. And it's in off position right now. I already have a barb connector configured to my 1/2 inch valve, to which I'm configuring my drip tube. So first, let me turn on this valve so the water can go into the pump, and now I'm going to configure the pump with my battery. There you go. The pump has started. Now as soon as I turn on this valve, the pump automatically kicks in and it builds pressure. So it will remain silent as soon as the valve is turned off. Now this is a fairly simple setup, but here's a money maker. Let me show you. So here's the same system. The water is coming in, going into the pump, and guess what? I have a screen filter right here. Now I put this filter in because I want to capture any debris or any dirt because I don't want to get that into my drip system. And then I have automatic timer valves. I have 2 of them for 2 different zones. This way I can automatically water 2 different zones in my garden from the tank. Now you don't want this filter on the intake side of the pump because if it gets clogged, there will not be any water going through the pump. So when the timer valve opens, the pump will try to run, and if there's no water running through it, it will damage the pump. Now if the filter clogs up on the outlet side, no worries, the pump just won't run. If you want to purchase any of these products that I mentioned in this video, I'll leave a link to these products in the description of this video. I hope you can efficiently capture rainwater and use rainwater as well, and I'll see you in another video.